firstly to Lebanon, where, as we've just heard, the funeral is being held for the deputy leader of Hamas, Saleh al-Arouri, seen as a key intermediary between Hamas, which is considered a terrorist organisation by many countries around the world, and its allies and supporters. Israel had threatened action against the Hamas leadership following the attack on the 7th of October, but Israel has not admitted any involvement in the attack in Beirut on Tuesday. That blast happening in a part of the city seen as a stronghold of Hezbollah, which has blamed Israel, but so far seems to have maintained the position it took at the start of Israel's military operation in Gaza, which is no major escalation, although there have been some limited clashes along the Israeli-Lebanese border. Let's take you to our Middle East correspondent Hugo Pacheco, who joins us now from Beirut. So, Hugo, the funeral, it seems, is underway?
Exactly, Lucy. So it is a little bit after 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, and large crowds have gathered in a Sunni area of Beirut ahead of a procession to the Shatila refugee camp, where the funeral is going to happen later today for Saleh al-Arouri, who was killed in that attack that happened Tuesday here in Beirut. The deputy Hamas leader assassinated in that attack. And this obviously was an attack that was a blow for Hamas, but it also hit Hezbollah, because this is something that happened in an area of Beirut that is a Hezbollah stronghold. And yesterday we heard from the influential leader of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, who described this assassination as a flagrant Israeli aggression, and he said this was a crime that would not go unpunished. Now, again, the Israelis haven't confirmed that they were behind this attack, and I think the big question is about what is going to happen next, what kind of response Hezbollah is going to bring. And we've seen that the group has been carrying out these attacks targeting Israeli positions in northern Israel almost every day, and Israel has been retaliating, but so far the violence has been contained to the border region between Lebanon and Israel. And I think there have been some measures in place by Hezbollah to prevent any kind of strong response from Israel, and obviously try to prevent a full-scale confrontation with Israel.
And there are concerns too, I'm sure, Hugo, that there will be a repeat perhaps of what happened in 2006, so many people killed, a real crisis then, as well as Lebanese people watching and seeing what is happening in Gaza.
Exactly, and I've been talking to people here in Beirut and also in southern Lebanon. I spent weeks in southern Lebanon after the Israel-Hamas war broke out back in October, and people still remember the devastation brought by the 2006 war between Israel and Hezbollah, and obviously they fear that history might be repeating itself if there is another confrontation, another conflict between Hezbollah and Israel. And don't forget, Lebanon is going through a massive economic crisis at the moment, so there's really no public support for another military confrontation with Israel. So I think that any kind of response from Hezbollah is going to be calibrated to avoid any kind of strong retaliation from Israel.
And what about the dysfunctional politics in Lebanon as well, Hugo? We've heard from the Prime Minister already that says if there's going to be a war, it will be Hezbollah that makes that decision.
Exactly, and I think it really shows how influential Hezbollah is in this country, because the decisions that the group takes reverberate far beyond its support base. It is not only a very powerful military group backed by Iran with tens of thousands of rockets, including missiles that can strike deep inside Israeli territory, but it is also a very powerful political organization and a very influential social movement as well. So obviously, because of this influence and importance that Hezbollah has here in Lebanon, everybody is watching to see what the group is going to do next.